Alright, I'm back, people. Sorry about that. I'm bit by some weird ass bug. And yeah, wanted to take care of that real quick. It hurt like it's really, really bad. So we were at Ingrid's son. Let's hop back in. I believe it was personal teacher. Right our way back down to that one. That one seems to lead to internal interview, I'm guessing. And then House of Science. Yeah. They want to get to it's a big universe. Locked it. I don't know why I haven't unlocked it. Let's fly over to Brilliant Minds. No, I think I missed that one somehow. Yep, I missed that one.
I've been reading through several years' worth of my mother's notes and journals. It's like being able to walk around the inside of her mind. Wow, what an amazing instrument she had. And for me to be able to look directly into it, sometimes I feel like the notes have been laid out directly for me. As if she's actually here to guide me, like she's been waiting for me. I'm beginning to realize that we're wired in the same way, that our intuitions are developed in the same way. I found a pattern in her notes, and it's really quite clear to me as it was to her, so suddenly it just made sense, or well, I can't wait to see what it brings. All for now.
Stop. Alright, so Kathleen seems to realize that her and her mother are both special in some way. Also, we want to once again see the video distortion. Distortion only at moments where she displays emotional angst. Yeah, I can't think of a better word for that. I'm just gonna go with emotional angst. So, let's video on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Once again, I am reminded of our theory that Kathleen and her mother are both likely some form psychic. Psychic with a specific type of PK. And ESP. Still unsure on the theory. But the main video distortions happen during her heightened state. Heightened states. Very common occurrence. Study of people with PK abilities. And electronics. I don't agree with this person about binaural audio beats. Discussed audio beats in a previous one. That unlocked part 6, but did not unlock anything else useful to me. Basically, a part branches off towards part 6, a part branches off towards taking charge, and a great journey. Oh, the great journey is linked to a different one. Alright. See how we get to great journey. Alright, we bounce from there. What did we just bounce off of? We just bounced off of House of Science. Okay. Alright. Special word, secret word system. This time. Notice me. Sexual attractiveness. Or sexual attraction. Protective. And together. Now on to the theory. Actually, Okay, what do we have? I've always wished to be born 100 years later in the future. Human advancements would be more suitable to keep up with my mind, and technology was able to deliver me the places my imaginations attempt to take. Lady, you could have been born probably 100 years in the past, and I'm not entirely sure your theories would be completely researchable. No longer. I have finally conquered Gustav. Oh. We began fucking 1 week ago. He always found my drive and intellectual intensity to be a great, manageable asset. Now he also admits to finding my mind to be utterly arousing sexually. He's not intimidated by my intellect at all. Unlike most men in our field who seem completely inept at collaborating with anybody walking around without a dick swinging between their legs. This is a rare feat, a small victory for mankind. He told me today that he's close to obtaining funding for a project together. He's not allowed to tell me exactly what it is yet, but he says it shall be like nothing I have ever imagined, or any other physicist or scientist has imagined or experienced. I can see he is a great lion with limitless ambition. He has a chance to reclaim his poor father's destiny of becoming a great scientist of his generation, perhaps any generation, greatest scientist. I have no doubt that he will shape the course of history and mankind. Our great odyssey into the darkness is about to begin. Hope not to disappoint me. His temper can be overwhelming on occasion when I do. Just like with my own father. All great men would come with this flaw. Good that I am trained from childhood to manage it. Kay and I both seem to love using sex to get what they need. Granted, that is neither here nor there. More importantly, we see a mention that Gustav's father was disgraced, leading to he was the Peterson that was discharged from the Institute. Collaboration with Nazis during. This leads further to the node about. It's further from the node showing the map of the Institute and the hidden passages, which I suspect lead to a less than ethical testing chamber. Also, Gustav's inability to tell Kathleen, or not Kathleen, Ingrid, what the experiment is leads me to believe that it may also not have been entirely ethical. Though she mentioned his bad temper, which leads back to a few chapters ago when we learned of Ingrid's death. Now likely to be suspected the result of Gustav. Once again, I suspect that if you remove the sexual relationship factor, Gustav is basically Ingrid's Einstein, Ingrid's Edison, to her Tesla. Right? He is a thief that only seeks to take her discoveries in his own name. Toss her aside, which I doubt he would be willing to take. May have confronted him about the whole thing, leading to him killing her, likely in a rage. Great journey. Yay, invisible dragons. Here's one of the ones I was wanting to access.
When the sun expels electrons and charged atoms into the solar wind, they drag part of the sun's magnetism with them. And when they encounter the Earth's magnetism, they shy off. Currents in the electric wind prevent the two magnetic realms from merging. So while the Earth excludes the solar particles, its own magnetism is bottled up in a magnetosphere. The laws of physics require it. Yet many of the sun's particles break the law and penetrate the magnetic shield. Once inside it, the Earth's magnetism feeds them into radiation belts around the equator or into the upper air near the poles. Cluster's task is to find out how the solar particles punch holes in the shield. Odd things happen even before the solar wind arrives. It's forewarned of the Earth's presence and slows down. The resulting congestion makes a bow shock. What unknown signals travel upwind to give the warning? Cluster must find out and discover how strong electric and magnetic fields accelerate some of the plasma. Earthward of the bow shock, the wind is turbulent. Do strange electric and magnetic waves insinuate some of the solar particles through the magnetic barrier? Or do strong electric fields shoot them through? The direction of the field lines of the Earth's magnetism sometimes runs counter to the magnetism carried by the solar wind. Then penetrations may occur. In theory,
Fly over to Brilliant Minds. No, I think I missed that one somehow. Yep, I missed that one.
I've been reading through several years' worth of my mother's notes and journals. It's like being able to walk around the inside of her mind. Wow, what an amazing instrument she had. And for me to be able to look directly into it, Sometimes I feel like the notes have been laid out directly for me. As if she's actually here to guide me, like she's been waiting for me.
That one seems to lead to internal interview, I'm guessing, and then House of Science. Yeah, they want to get to it's a big universe. Mocked it. I don't know why I haven't unlocked it. Alright, I'm back, people. Sorry about that. I'm bit by some weird ass bug. And yeah, wanted to take care of that real quick. It hurt like it's really, really bad. So we were at Ingrid's son. Let's hop back in. I believe it was personal teacher. Right our way back down to that one.
I'm beginning to realize that we're wired in the same way, that our intuitions are developed in the same way. I found a pattern in her notes, and it's really quite clear to me as it was to her, so suddenly it just made sense, or well, I can't wait to see what it brings.